Hey guys, we're going to cover the best bets in football this week 15. I got the top 3 best bets for you here in the NFL, and we're going to jump right in. First off, this is going to be our last episode for the regular season covering NFL games for 2019. Reason for that being, I don't like betting in the last couple games of the season. The outcomes of games, in my opinion, unreliable when it gets to this time of the year. You got teams that are in a solid spot in the playoffs, and so they might be sitting some of their starters and saving them for the playoffs. You got teams that got nothing to lose, they're right in the middle, but they're not in the playoffs. But why not mess up somebody else's opportunity? So you never know if they're going to go for it or just slack off. And then you got teams that are actually actively fighting for the number 1 draft position. So it just becomes more unpredictable. You can bet the last couple games of the season, and there's lots of great opportunity if you want to play on some of those changes that you know are going to happen and that you think are going to affect the lines. It's just not for me. Good luck with that if you do go end up betting. Let's jump right into those 3 picks that I promised you. We'll do this a little bit differently. The 3 teams are going to be the Packers, the Bills, and the Vikings. All 3 of those to cover the spread. And our strategy this week is to get at least 2 out of 3. We're always going for a perfect record, but this is a good combination of similar games that should get us at least a couple wins from it. Now stick around. I still want to explain it to you. Bears are playing the Packers. Packers have a lot to lose with a loss here, and they got a lot to gain with a win. And that's true with the other 2 teams that we're going to cover. The Packers have a number 1 seed that they're fighting for, but they're also fighting to hold on to the division and not become a wild card. So this game is very important. You know that they're going to be fighting for it at least. The Packers outrank the Bears in almost all categories except defense. And if you look at that a little more closely, the Bears have been found to be lacking in defense in some games as well. I think they rely a little too heavily on Mr. Mack there. So we're counting on Aaron Rodgers and the offense to see that problem coming and take care of it. Right now, Vegas has the Packers at minus 4.5 points, and that is the biggest point spread of these 3 games. It only goes down from there. Even so, 4.5 is extremely close, considering these 2 teams' stats and their history. I put the line at negative 10. I think it's going to be a 2-score game, I really do. But they're going to open up the week for us on Sunday there. I'll touch on the Bills versus the Steelers. Very similar situation. Bills are fighting for a better position. They could take the division from the Patriots. You know they're trying for that, but it's also very tight in the AFC over there. So they're also fighting to hold on to their wild card spot. It feels like we're seeing a different Steelers team every week. A lot of injuries, a lot of switch outs. I don't deny that the Steelers have had their successes. I don't think they deserve those successes, and it's going to catch up to them at some point, and we're getting towards the end. But it's not all just because I don't believe in the Steelers. The Bills are showing up, and they're fighting, and I believe they should be ranked up there right around where they're at. They're going to have a good postseason. And most importantly, Vegas has this listed as a 2-point spread. I don't see it being won by only a safety or a field goal. I've got it listed at minus 8. But time will tell on that one. That'll make up our second bet. And the most unique game of our trio here is Vikings against the Chargers, mainly because the Chargers are that team that has nothing to lose in the middle. They're a great team, and I expect them to be bringing their full power, and I still have them ranked to lose. But you never know what to expect from a team in the Chargers position. They're a bit of a wild animal, and so long as the Vikings approach the situation that way, ready for whatever the Chargers can bring at them, because they can be surprising sometimes, I think they'll do fine against them. The line is 2.5. I got them winning by 7. Vikings are looking solid, and they're going to close out our third bet and review the Packers, the Bills, and the Vikings, all to cover the spread. So last chance. Good luck with that. We are not going to cover fantasy picks and deals of the week this time. Fantasy season's being in the playoffs. Good luck with that. Hope your season went well. Daily fantasy can also get kind of iffy this time of year because you don't know who's going to be benched to save them for the playoffs. There's a lot of variables. And if you want to play on some of those variables and some of the other guys getting some more time with the ball than the main starters and getting some good deals on that, you're welcome to play it. It's just a lot harder to do. But I told you at the beginning of this season that we were starting our first annual family fantasy league, and it's been great. Playoffs are starting this week, and we'll see if the relationships hold true through the playoffs. But it's been great. I suggest doing that. And by the way, if you guys want to play me in fantasy next year, hit me up in the comments. Let me know, and we'll see if we can get a game going with some of the more loyal listeners. I think that'd be great. Let me know what you think. We'll have a few more videos coming out in the playoffs and also, of course, for the Super Bowl. So be listening for those. But until then, happy gambling, good luck, and take care.